We, Aloy, the Chosen One, made Seeker of the Tribe to go out and avenge our fallen brethren.
Hey, except for Bast. He doesn't count.
Except for Bast. Fuck Bast.
Yeah. He can go to hell.
Once again, the game is... not again! Why is it always having... What is up with all the episodes that I'm recording lately always having the low battery? Mm-hmm. Aloy of the low battery. I guess that's the real series.
Yeah. Well, it is a battle against... It's about the perils of technology. So...
Yeah, and it is a battle against time itself.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it?
Until we run out of battery.
What is this game about? Have we established the actual themes? Because it seems like we're kind of like this motherless thing, and then the cult.
I mean, I guess acceptance by society and proving yourself.
Proving yourself, and then immediately everyone else gets shot for also proving themselves, but they sucked.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that was also included Bast, so yeah. Fuck it. Again, the game's over. Like, we finished it.
Yeah,
This is the post game.
Yeah, Bast's arc is that he was a judgmental asshole. He got shot for his crimes, and then he blew up.
Got shot and then exploded.
Yeah, and then his body was desecrated, and it was all very shameful.
Beyond recognizability.
Uh-huh.
And that's the story of Horizon. Anyway, so what are we doing for the post game now? I mean, I guess we're just leaving.
It's an open world game, so I think now you got to do like a seeker plot. Like you're gonna do an escort mission with like Resh.
Oh God, we already talked about how just absolutely terrible it is, and how slow all the NPCs walk. Please don't make me do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm a seeker, baby. Now open the gate.
Now open the gate.
Now open the gate.
Have Tissa and Jessa gone insane?
I feel like...
Well, everybody else died. It's like, why are you still prejudiced against me?
Yeah, did you not hear the news? Do you not have news where you live? Like, you don't even have like a Victorian steampunk radio?
Oh, man. No, they don't. All compassion.
You dishonored the dead except for Bast.
I fought beside those children, shoulder to shoulder,
and Bast.
back to back.
Well, you don't dishonor Bast.
Also Bast, which I was very happy about.
Yeah. Just saying.
Resh, come on. Silence.
I am glad that at least they're not like, oh, you caused this to be... No, they do recognize the fact that they were attacked by a bunch of assholes.
The sooner you're gone from...
Because they could have easily done that plotline.
It's weird that they have these social prejudices, but that for some reason they can they can just... Apparently they're just jerks, like above and beyond the prejudices of their society. Like, you should stop being...
they're all terrible.
Like, as soon as the high priestess has made you a seeker, like, all the prejudice should immediately stop, you'd think.
Jeez. It's the demon. Sound the alarm! Well, everybody, we didn't want to get to this part in the game, but we gotta fight the demon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing the demon thing. Come on, don't do the demon thing at least. Nah, he did it.
Oh, yeah. The hellhounds.
He's doing the demon thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I already did that game.
Like when there's a
I missed. Anyway, get out that spear.
Yeah, I just love that anytime there's a cutscene, he's doing this bow thing, and then it's like you immediately just go like up to them and just like start hacking at their legs.
You saw the last episode.
Yes.
Like, I don't think there is a more pure version of just my sheer incompetence when it comes to aiming with a controller.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I just feel like they're just such jerks like about that, like, oh, your mother was cursed, you caused this to get attacked. Well...
Yeah, but the thing is they didn't, though.
You're the war chief.
Okay. More understanding than I expected.
Yeah, well, you're the war chief. Well, what are you doing? Like, do your job.
Well, apparently that wasn't enough to actually knock it down, so spear time, baby!
Like...
Alright, so, the demon. It is... Yeah, this is... not quite the same sort of just an animal type of robot that we've seen up to this point, which I like. It's something a little bit new, and it's also a boss type monster, which is different.
Imagine...
The other thing is that corrupted machines are something. They have more health, they are stronger in general, and they also leave down these pools of corruption that deal damage over time as you stand in them, because this is an MMO. So it's like, they're kind of annoying to fight, especially because when you're doing like the critical hit animation for at least melee stuff, you still take damage. You very much still take damage. So if you do that while you're in a pool of corruption, that's bad.
Okay.
It's actually very bad.
Now these.
I tried.
And these are AI,
spear.
is that right? Like this is like a demonic AI. Is that the thought?
Well, it's some sort of demon something. It can also has like this corruption gun, which not only does corrupt animals but also hurts you.
Okay, that's interesting. So I mean, it is the fact that it can corrupt like robots tells me it's a malicious AI. Basically, would be the thing that would make
basically.
sense there. Yeah.
But what sort of AI is it?
Well, obviously, it's
kind of hard to say.
The whole, the whole point of the game, probably.
Well, the whole point of the game is that there is also like this malicious group of people that attacked us and everything.
Yeah. And what's their deal?
Yeah, what's their whole deal? Also, there's, I don't know, corrupted machines, whatever. It doesn't matter. Needless to say, this is the part that I'm more interested in.
So this is...
Look, as far as I'm concerned, the guys that attacked us were good guys. They killed Bast.
So is this just basically a power-up, or does this fundamentally change your gameplay?
What are you doing?
It does, sort of.
Okay.
Because the thing is, that's what it used to control the other robots.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, ... You see where this is going.
Yeah. So is this gonna change? Like so you've been using the spear basically just to say, a substitute because you're bad at aiming. But now it's gonna be like a.
Yes.
But now it's gonna be like a
Calling me out there, caught in 4K.
a gameplay thing where you actually have to use it to control them, and.
No, it's a stealth thing.
Okay,
so you don't actually like you don't use it's not an upgrade to your melee.
Okay, that makes sense.
What?
I think you're a blessing from All Mother. No matter what Resh says.
Resh can say whatever he wants. I'm leaving this place right now to go on a big old adventure.
I know you do.
Bye, Ted.
Yeah, Ted seems like he's cool.
My thoughts go with you.
He's fine.
Maybe one of the 2 or 3 people in this entire town who isn't just completely bigoted against me.
Tirsa and Ted.
Yep, and the dearly departed Rost.
Yes, of course. But I mean, he wasn't even part of the town.
That's true. He was an outcast.
He was also an outcast.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a hard time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was also the other shopkeeper, but again, we're never gonna see him again.
Yeah.
He was cool, but yeah, I mean, presumably he wasn't here when the place got attacked and everything.
Yeah. I really don't like that war chief, and I'm just like imagining like the next election. It's like just him trying to like justify. Well, why are you the war chief? It's like you didn't protect us. Well, it was the motherless curse who caused the problem. It's just like, what about you? You're the Secretary of Defense. Like, what did you do?
Yeah, well,
you didn't defend us.
He did a terrible job protecting us from the demon. I mean, I'm just saying that clearly Aloy would be the better option.
Yeah.
All right, clearing out corrupted zones. These are the only ones that you're forced to do. Other than that, it's just kind of like an optional thing. Basically, corruption now is just kind of like a thing in the world, and there are zones where it exists. And there's corrupted enemies in here, and like I said, they're more powerful and have more health and everything like that. Not anything compared to, of course, hitting everything with a spear, needless to say. Like, look at me go.
Yeah, and like this is a really, I gotta say, pretty visceral battle. It's like you're really in the mud with these.
Shut up! You're just saying that because you know I'm incompetent.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not.
Why is it all just piling on me over and over?
No, I'm actually just saying it's actually interesting that you're doing all this like rolling and close combat and stuff. It's not like
Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly. It really is a good like.
This is the I will play this game as Dark Souls and nobody will stop me episode.
Like, but it's not like
because we're actually getting into like the proper gameplay too.
Like, considering that this wasn't designed that way, it's remarkable that it's playing so well as a Dark Souls game. You know what I mean? Like, that is a testament.
It's not. It especially starts to drop off pretty much as soon as you leave this zone.
Okay.
Because you don't get upgrades for the spear is the thing.
Oh. So
well, anyway,
you're just gonna get
after a little bit of clearing out the camp, I'm just gonna jump right to the next corrupted zone.
So am I?
Because it's just like it is really just me running to corrupted zones, at least at this point in time.
So this is gonna get.
And I'm fairly certain this is the first one that you're actually supposed to do, considering it's giving me the whole tutorial.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
So what you're saying is that this is just gonna get more and more terrible. Like your close combat thing. It's gonna get more and more like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
Oh, it gets ridiculous. Anyway, those guys didn't stand a chance. Jesus.
I've done what I
That was way easier than the other ones, which nearly killed me. But, well,
As poison.
I guess, corrupted herbivores versus corrupted raptors or whatever they're supposed to be are a little bit, there's a difference.
Now, do your bows keep getting better? Like.
Oh, yeah.
Those like. So if you were.
By the way, get used to seeing stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is the sort of stuff I'm talking about when it comes to open world.
Like nobody really needs. I mean, you're seeing it and it's fine, but it's like you didn't need like to do this in real time, like to show this in real time.
No, I did, because otherwise you're not really going to get... I mean, I skipped to the first corrupted zones, but I want you to at least see what it's like when I'm just, like, wandering around in areas.
Wow, this is really hardcore. I actually like this, like, from a visual perspective, just going in extreme fast motion for a 3D game.
I mean, it is still pretty fast, even when you're actually playing the game. The robots might be huge, but they are not slow.
Kind of reminds me of, like, Tribes Ascend, like, if you're doing the Pathfinder.
Well, I mean, but it's like this is being sped up footage.
Obviously, yeah, no, I mean, like, I want to play this fast motion version of the game.
Nah, Corruptor. We're already fighting another one. And also, I guess they're not demons anymore, they're just Corruptors. Okay, well, that was quick to figure that one out.
This is really interesting. So is that like another human city? Like right back there?
This is more of an outpost.
Okay,
kind of
like,
in between
like a fortress kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. And then, again, fuck it. And unlike other enemies which get knocked down pretty quickly in one hit, you do need to hit the Corruptor multiple times before it actually gets into a prone state, and you can do the critical hit on it. And needless to say, being a bunch of other enemies around here at the same time is not making that super easy. Case in point.
Well, so now that you're a little bit into the game, how do you feel about that Ghost of Tsushima, like, comparison? Do you still feel like that's valid?
Ghost of Tsushima is much larger, but still, it's still very similar.
Okay.
Running around, fighting random groups of dudes and everything like that, and especially in the way that I'm fighting them.
Okay, yeah, like you're fighting like a
You
samurai.
just can't hit the broadside of a barn. Oh my god, I'm so fucking bad at this game.
Well, that's
I'm like legitimately at least trying to use the bow occasionally.
I think you need to like retcon this as diegetic and just say like, okay, you know what? This is the way it is because your character doesn't have a mother. That's why she's so bad at aiming, because you get that from your mother.
It's like she's so bad at and there was the standing in the pool of corruption thing, which gets me a bunch of times.
Well, they say though, like it's like you get your mitochondria from your mother, and you are not a descendant
Powerhouse itself.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Anyway, Corruptor has 3 different attacks. There's one that's a tail whip around when you're very close to it, one that is sort of like a scorpion sting when you're a little bit farther away, and then a big old jump.
Now,
oh yeah, I guess it also does have like guns, but we don't see that too often because I go in melee range.
This is really a hardcore fight. Like the fact that you're doing this melee seems much harder than.
It is. It is very generous with the iframes you get when you're rolling.
Okay, yeah.
It's not. You can roll through a lot of stuff.
Well, you're invincible when you're rolling.
You are. Like, for a very long time, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying about the iframe. I guess if you don't know what iframes are, invincibility frames whilst rolling.
Oh, okay.
You get plenty of them. You can stay invincible for a very long time.
Is that a fighting game term typically?
Open the gate for me
yes,
now?
but also it's usually you refer to it as like Dark Souls, which again I'm playing this game on Dark Souls.
Okay. But not a Souls-like.
As you've seen.
It's like Dark Souls, but it's not a Souls-like.
No, this is definitely not a Souls because it only has one weapon, and you don't get upgrades for it.
You might want to have a word with
So,
Captain Olin. He came from Meridian not long ago. You find him in the fort.
Also, hey, I mean, we're getting a little bit different scenery and everything like that too, and that's only going to continue as we actually start to get into the game.
This guy kind of looks like, or this person looks like a Roman Centurion almost. Just like that cap is so.
I want to say probably not a coincidence.
Yeah, like this feels like.
I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Now, do they even know about Roman centurions? It could be convergent evolution. Who knows?
It's really hard. Yeah, like the crabification.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely like getting Roman vibes from that, like a Centurion kind of thing.
But I mean, it's like, yeah, this is supposed to be an outpost between two different cities, so it's like you got the Karja dudes as well as the can't remember the name, the Nora tribe.
This in a weird way, this does kind of remind me of World of Warcraft. I mean, I don't know if that's just like for the open world thing. I don't know.
I mean, in like this does sort of seem. Well, I mean, you know, I feel like there's a lot
like
of games that do
open.
that.
Yeah, I suppose just the way that this open world kind of looks and feels like traversing it. Like this feels.
I
like,
mean, it's a big game. It does a lot of stuff.
This specifically feels like.
So anyway, we had a good time. Like checking out let's check out where we're actually going here. It's actually a pretty big area.
That's a pretty big map. Yeah. Wow. Now, is there some sort of like elevator thing on the side here?
Nope.
Okay.
But anyway, we had a good time, so let's put it in fast motion. Let's put it in 5 times speed. Yeah, whatever. This is a side quest I'm not gonna do. Who cares? Bye.
Kind of looks like George W. Bush.
I guess.
Just that kind of face profile. I could be wrong.
Anyway, Into the Frozen Wilds is actually the DLC mission, so I guess that's something at least. In case I wanted to do the DLC, I don't know. I'm still kind of undecided on that.
You're talking.
Let's go,
I like that
everybody.
You're talking faster, like when you're doing this. And like
I didn't notice. Anyway,
and
that's right. We're just in the desert now, by the way.
which I think that is actually realistic. I think that's how it works. You get to the side of
Is it? Huh.
I don't know. I mean, like I feel like you get to the side of the mountain, you get into the valley, then there's a good chance it's going to be a mountain. Like Colorado is right, kind of near the desert, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of like warthogs and everything that I could fight here, but I'm more interested in getting into the actual city. Boy, Aloy looks kind of weird when you put it in 5 times speed, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's a little bit
Looks
disorienting.
sort of like she's like just kind of like waving her arms around her. Whatever.
And those are like Stegosauruses over there, or what?
Yeah, for some reason.
Okay.
I think it's called a thunder maw specifically,
Yeah.
but it's basically a giant. Yeah, we either get animals or dinosaurs. Anyway, into the oasis.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed your time in the desert. We're never going back there. That's not true, but we might be a minute.
This is really. So how many hours was? This feels like this was probably quite a long time in terms of your actual gameplay.
5 times speed if you want to figure it out. Right there.
Okay.
Hey, I was going 5 times speed. I can't believe you just stopped me like that.
Yeah.
Without submitting to search.
Recent attack. What are you talking
Kind of
about?
incredible that you were able to react that
Captain
quickly.
Ursa and her vanguards, of course.
So are the Karja forces? Are those like the enemies, the cultists?
Sister is dead?
Karja they're
I
the.
know, Erend.
So the place we're at right now, Meridian, is ruled over by the Karja tribe, and they're sort of like, and this is like the capital of the world, basically.
Okay.
He's going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Which is why, and we're going in here to try and get some information on. Yeah, well, there's that guy. Trying to go get some information on the one dude that we talked to before that had a focus that apparently also betrayed us to whoever the evil cultists were.
I like this guy so much more than Bast. Like he makes me glad that
Well, yeah, of
Bast is
course.
dead and that he's alive.
I mean, well, I think we can all be happy that Bast is dead. Fuck that guy.
Uh-huh.
Of course I approve.
Now he is very drunk right now,
Yeah.
but you know.
The city as she pleases.
He's like, it doesn't matter. Yes, I may have drunk a little bit. In fact, let's drink again.
Alone as you asked. And what did
Yeah,
you
I mean,
tell me?
it's this is not a very opportune time to be coming in here. Anyway, fuck you, sister. What's going on?
The proving was attacked by a group
It's like,
of not survived.
yeah, there is an entire side quest about like finding his sister's killers and everything, but I'm just like, nah, fuck that.
No.
Main quest.
Braves
Let's go.
back. Said most of the contestants were dead.
Is it Ren?
Yeah, especially one guy.
Such a whale of
So Red is purely like a side quest character, or is he like a main character?
No, he is like the equivalent of he's like the captain of the guard here.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, he's a captain of the guard now that his sister died.
Killers came for me because of Olin.
Aw.
So, which is why he was drinking.
Well,
That doesn't
okay.
make sense.
So much like, no, fuck
I need
that.
to find
Olin,
I need to know what he knows.
I have no compassion.
He's
I
your
only
friend.
have thirst for vengeance.
Well, you have compassion when you get
I
credit for
don't
it.
know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know
I
Olin is
suppose
working
so.
with them.
Well, when have I gotten credit for it as of yet?
Well, several times in the plot.
I don't need you to understand Erend.
I don't know. All
need you
those
to take
idiots
me to him.
died.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Also, I hate them.
Scrounging
Yeah,
for scrap
they can go to
around
hell.
Days ago. It could be anywhere.
I mean, and that's why we moved away there and over to Meridian
A house.
Hooray.
Here in
by
Meridian.
running manually.
Then take me there.
Yeah, I guess there was that whole thing where it's like I got the whole override
guess.
like module and never
long
actually
as
used
I'm
it. You can
there,
okay,
you'll
so
be
since I never actually used it apparently in the footage that I recorded
I need
here,
to see Olin's
which I'm realizing right now, that thing I got,
Okay.
the upgrade for the spear, allows you to take over beasts of burden and basically ride them as mounts. Why didn't I do that?
Well, you've just
You gotta sneak up on them to do it. So you know.
well, you've just got
Also, they actually take damage and can be destroyed, so you got to keep constantly doing it if you run directly into enemies like I do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you.
So instead, we get Aloy running at 5 times speed. Please, I hate the NPCs and they're slow walking.
Apparently they're letting anyone into the city.
But yeah, I was gonna say, just maybe you just have that much respect for the Rolling Stones. You know,
Yeah.
they'll never be your beast
No, I
of
don't know.
burden. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, we're talking robo horses, robo caribou, whatever. Any sort of robot like that can be taken over for mounting purposes.
Cool.
And I do think that it's like you can also use it offensively, like taking over the raptors or whatever, but you gotta sneak up to them, and you know I'm not gonna do that.
Scorched out slag. And I'll throw you in jail myself.
I'm not gonna do that.
Now get out of here.
In fact, I'm not even entirely sure if that's true because I never even tried.
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
No, okay. Anyway, whatever. I don't care. We're going main plot time, and hey, you're finally running. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, how are we gonna get in?
Through the door. See?
That was
subtle.
subtle.
Here we are. Trying to
What are
break
you
it.
complaining? It's like we gotta get in here.
Uh-huh.
This for one man.
It pays to have connections in the Sun King's court.
So he's not only a traitor, he was also rich. Perhaps the connections were blah 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 blah. Or I mean, one man. That was very presumptuous. He has an entire family.
That is really good detail on the graphics there.
Yeah, I liked how they popped in.
This
Oh,
is frayed
yeah, I can see that.
before Nero's warm.
That's a thing I can see.
Down the hatch.
Down into the hatch. So there it is.
Let's see what's underneath.
It is a hatch.
Hey, how did that get here?
Question
I
is,
know.
how did it
It's
through?
hatching.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch.
If I could remember the Pokemon music, I'd hum it right now. Anyway, this took me a little bit because I didn't notice that there was. Yes, no. Surprisingly enough, this didn't work.
It would be funny if it did. It would be extremely funny.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or just ask Aaron to get on there as well. Whatever.
You know, I wish.
But anyway, it took me quite a while. No, this has nothing to do with what I need to actually do. I just did that for no reason. Anyway, I didn't notice that there was a ladder here. Why'd I even include that in the video?
That was funny.
Metal here.
It's a very disrespectful.
Looks big and heavy.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice there was a ladder there. Okay,
Yeah. By the way,
so we had to get a cut.
I personally want to make a game where all the flavor text is just a lie, where it says like it's expertly covered and braced and stuff, and you just can
I did say not
destroy
to
it by
break
jumping on it
didn't
a
I?
couple times.
That I'm sure if I thought about that, I could probably think of a game that does that.
Yeah,
sort of
it
thing.
sounds like kind of a good, like, it sounds like classic video game humor.
And by the way, we get Aloy of the exploding knees once again. It's harder to make that work than it was in Ghost of Tsushima. Unfortunately.
What is that like the world map?
I think it's just a map of the area.
Okay.
Because Aloy does have a map of the world.
Will show places he visited.
But this one seems to be smaller. Neat looking, though. Just back up a little bit.
Interesting.
And they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune.
Like a dream deferred? Oh, no.
What happens to that?
Took his wife
What
and
happened?
child
I don't.
That's right. That's right, Aloy.
Who's they?
I don't know. A bunch of guys in the on-off symbol masks.
Yeah, you must be dreaming. It's like, no, I just have an augmented reality thing. Do you guys know what that means? No, you don't. Know what that
Not
means.
at all. not even like a little bit. We can't even begin to parse what the hell you're talking about when you say that.
Contracts, but I never took.
We don't even know what reality is.
No doubt now.
That's true.
Olin knew I was.
I want to say that like that's probably not a concept that has been
You ha-
ruminated on a whole lot.
Well, I guess if you have an imagination, it could be.
Oh, that's so many files. Oh God, we're never looking at files again after this.
This is just exhausting. I feel like more tired. I mean, I know it's after midnight, but still, like, I feel
It's true.
8.45% amateur.
Yep. So if you were wondering exactly like how long I've been doing it, this is 3 hours into the game. By the
So
way,
this is a collection. You have to kill every type of enemy. You have to.
no, you have to scan them, of which I don't care. I just run up and hit them with my spear.
Now,
So I didn't actually get too many of them so far.
Now, I don't mean to be a jerk, but don't you like games where you can get the lore through this, or is it not that kind? Like, is there not story? that comes through the lore?
Sheet.
Yeah, but
How did you learn to read? And
I don't have an excuse.
Oh, okay. And this isn't the sorry cast, so we're not sorry. I just wanted to mention.
Oh no, of course not. We're also not aggressive. We've gone back to the equilibrium,
Yes, just the perfect balance.
it's the same.
as all
The
things should be.
device is the same, but
I guess this is the
somehow
balance
Olin and the
cast.
killers can speak to each other.
It's not the balance cast. This is the I will play this game as Dark Souls and nobody can stop me episode.
Yeah.
Looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you, through Olin.
Yes.
Yep. Apparently they got much better focus
It would
foci
be foci. Yes.
than I
But I
do.
know
Yeah.
where to find Olin. I should be on
Okay.
my way.
I think it's foci, but I
Foxen than I do.
yeah, foxen.
Wait.
It's actually
That device
it's actually
lets you
dozens.
see the unseen.
I see.
Octopodes.
I'm asking you to
Feces.
help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that, but the exact.
Not the-
Yes, there is a we got the Karja army and then we got the Shadow Karja
That's your
army.
war, not mine.
Don't act like this isn't.
That's
personal.
right. That's
You came
the,
here hunting
that is the
people who
current
nearly killed
status
you.
of
You
the
massacred your
Karja Empire.
Why should you have justice and not me?
Oh, because I got better stuff to do.
Look. I'll
Anyway, bye.
So we're,
I'm not doing this quest.
and wait for you there.
so he
Can't make me.
A few minutes of your focus.
Stop zooming in on Aaron's face. I'm not going to be convinced. I just talked about how everybody has jelly faces.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. Anyway, so instead of that, we're going to go get out of the way. Instead of that, we're going to go over to the excavation site.
okay.
As I'm sure you probably guessed by the fact that I threw it into 5 times speed right now.
Yeah. This is the
That's a goal.
the Sonic. Yeah. I was actually thinking of Sonic Adventure. This is
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got no place to go. Gotta follow my rainbow.
yeah. No. What lies
I
ahead?
keep moving on. One way ahead, only one way to find it. Just keep on moving ahead. No time for second guessing, follow my plan instead. Trusting in what you... Oh, I tied
Take
to an
my
alligator.
lead and you set you free.
Follow me.
Set me free. Trusting in me, we'll escape from the city. I'll make it through.
Boy, this is really making for some good clips from this one, isn't it? Follow me. Anyway. Follow man.
So you're actually doing the bow here. So it.
Well, because did you see how that thing just destroyed me? Anyway, I gave up pretty quickly and then just went for the bow anyway. And then I'm just like, okay, you know, I tried.
You gave him a curveball.
I'm out of here.
You tried the curveball. Now you need to hit him with a fastball.
And as you can see, I'm not actually like aiming or anything. I'm basically just throwing fire arrows at and I died. I'm basically just throwing fire arrows at them until they light on fire, which I think is probably going to be a theme when I'm using the bow at the times when they really force, because not every enemy in the game, as we saw with the alligators, can be dealt with in melee. It's just they just can't, they just won't allow it.
What's funny is
a lot of them though do work in melee, as you can see.
Yeah, by the way, Sonic Adventure, those games did not have good graphics, and the speed was explicitly designed to mask that, but these actually look pretty good.
I mean, when you speed up the... whatever. Hey, did you know that you regenerate health up until, like, about 20% of it if you just wait behind, like, a rock or something?
Oh,
Again,
cool.
kind of going with the whole, like, it's supposed to be stealth game.
Yeah.
So I get
Is that a
confused at rope.
gallows? I can't really see.
No, it's just a hook.
Okay.
And then I realize, oh, wait, you're just supposed to climb up on the side.
That's kind of weird. You know, you got, like, this, like, mechanism.
There's the rope there. I feel like I'm justified.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Anyway, here's the excavation site. So anyway, here's Wonderwall. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna bring it back to you.
Who's that digging?
And that's
in
that's
the
how they
excavator.
bring the robots back to life.
Power serves us. Machine demons from beneath the ground. It's a nightmare.
So basically, they're digging up old tech and then sending it to fight people.
Yeah, which is a nice little combination. Again, like the future and the past, kind of. It's like an origin myth thing where it's like, well, you know, maybe they just had access to better tech. You know, that's the demons.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they also have these like nigh-on magical abilities to corrupt things, which is weird.
Yeah, and it's like you can kind of, again, you can make that work through the AI, but it's like.
So much for catching him alone.
There's the question though, where it's just like it actually affects humans as well, which is weird.
Yeah.
Stop working.
Search the area. We may have intruders.
They make
Well.
does your focus get better as you go on?
Gasp.
Oh yeah.
No choice.
Who is this?
An interested party. Now their focuses are disabled, but I don't know for how long. The rest is up to you.
Now things are getting spicy.
Yeah, we got an ally. Or ally.
We got an ally who actually has some technological know-how, which, like, considering that nobody else in the world seems to even know what focuses are,
Yeah.
or at least has a pretty basic understanding of them, like it seems like the cultists do.
Yeah.
Like, that's something.
Well, I mean, it's to the point with the cultists where they're actually dependent on it, and it's the whole gimmick of this little plot line here. Or yeah.
Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the part where I used that bow earlier, because I'm dealing with this all melee, baby. And it's like, if you want to do this all melee, you need to be careful. Like that whole thing where I'm jumping here, that's because something is probably about to be shooting at me in 5 seconds. I'm kind of surprised they didn't before. There's a lot of snipers around here, let's just say that. And there's an obvious way where you're supposed to take care of those snipers, but I didn't.
And
Also, thankfully, despite the fact that there were 2 corruptors in the cutscene, I don't know why. I think one of the corruptors just died because Olin is actually helping me out. So he might have actually managed to kill one by himself, which is good. I don't want to fight 2 of them at once.
yeah, now this is really this is some Anor Londo stuff. Like you're
Nah, the whole like climbing here is still very, very Uncharted.
okay. I just mean in the sense that you're like you've got to dodge these arrows while you're, you know, going through a
Well,
platform puzzle.
That's very Anor Londo. That is true. This took me a few tries, and I think we all know why, but whatever, I'm doing it anyway. Having a ton of cultists fighting you next to robots is going to be something of a theme in this game, by the way. It's a good thing that cultists at least do, like I was saying, do tend to drop health potions, though.
Well, I can imagine that you're going to fight cultists and robots together because that seems to be their whole thing, is that they're, that's what we established, is that they're going to be using
At the same time, though, big enemies plus ads is generally a pretty frustrating way to go about doing video games, except this is supposed to be a video game where you play it in ranged.
You're supposed to be picking off the cultists and then going maybe for the kill for the robots with your close range, maybe.
At best. Thankfully, the robots have pretty stupid AI, so, yeah?
I mean,
is it gonna jump up here?
Well, one of the problems with the AI is that it's
okay. I guess that one. I guess the drop attack didn't work.
the technology is so old. Like, for example, like they're wearing these Converse All Stars vintage 2003.
Oh man, yeah, these are vintage robots. It's true. And 4 of them at once with the 4 legs. Okay, well, at least I was able to craft exactly 1 health potion, which is not great. But thankfully, due to the fact the Corruptor is still very obsessed with trying to get up that cliff, it's opening itself up for attacks pretty well. Which sucks in some ways, because I actually did figure out how to fight him and everything, and he's just glitching out. Nah, whatever, I'm going to take the win here, because this did take me quite a few attempts.
Okay, yeah. It seems like a lot of these battles have hinged on like the AI getting kind of caught in an assumption that you'll play it a certain way, and then you're not doing it, and then it just kind of... I don't know how you explain this one, though. Because, like, even if you were using attacks, I would still
this might be just, like... the enemies didn't expect me to fight like this?
Yeah.
Whatever, I win. I'm the best.
To be fair, that is a realistic, like, that is a good strategy for getting to fighting AI. We'll just fight them in a way that they're not equipped to stop you. But
I know you will.
Wait a second, when did we knock Olin to the ground?
The killers who came for me at the proving, who are they?
He was definitely not on the ground a second. Whatever.
I think he was knocked down by the thing, the creature that was corrupted. Because maybe because he had the focus disabled.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's not like you can't see without the focus.
Well, I mean, but maybe he can't control them without the focus.
Their devil is real.
I mean, it's kind of questionable how much they control them, period.
Yeah, that's true.
And they do it.
And I mean, they're basically releasing them like demons, which kind of...
Okay, well, we found out that the cult is named the Eclipse, and they serve Satan.
They must want to overthrow Sun King of Ard and take Meridian back.
What do I have to do with that?
Yeah, okay.
So
the Shadow Karja have a cult named the Eclipse that serve the devil. Got it.
So are these guys the villains?
Yeesh. You'd think when they decide to name themselves that it's like, you know, they kind of knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Mitchell and Webb sketch where they're like, are we the baddies?
I tell you, he's the most dangerous man alive.
Helis, so that's also the name of mysterious man.
Has a name?
Hades.
Somehow, for some reason, they decide not to call him Bald Sunglasses Man.
And you've heard it speak?
Steel to my soul, I heard. Just once, when it saw you. Such a voice. A cold, awful jangle. It scrapes your bones.
This is just kind of a weird exchange.
Metal
Like,
sound.
it's clearly like a villain just going through.
And what
Here's
did it
my...
say?
What did it say? Of course it said that.
But in the voice,
I think we get where the story's going. At this
Yeah,
point.
we get it. It's AI and it's bad and it's
Why are the
not
Eclipse digging up
ancient.
ancient
It's
machines?
modern.
And how
But,
did
And it's being worshipped as a devil.
but they think
Got
it's
it.
ancient because they're modern.
they brought them back to life.
Because they're modern, yes.
They're too modern.
Hades could
Or
whisper to them and call them from their grave.
Try again.
They're so modern that they're ancient,
Are there others?
but they also think that modern
The
stuff
ones
is
you fought
ancient.
today, they called corruptors,
because
but there are others.
It is.
Much bigger,
It is
bristling
to
with ancient
them.
weapons.
I mean, they're
Those are
wrong.
called Deathbringers.
Anyway, I do want to take a moment here to mention Olin really is rocking that hairy chest, isn't he?
Anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Sounds to me like they're raising an army.
That's all.
If so,
Yeah, I mean, I realize this is kind of a convenient exposition, but it is a little bit much to just have a villain like being threatened,
How
like
did
having
the
this
Eclipse
lengthy
recruit you?
interrogation.
I know they
I
took
don't
your
know.
family hostage, but why you?
Feels,
Well, this is the
I'm
one
just a
person that
scoundrel.
would even
A
probably
ranger in
talk
dark
to us
places.
out of
Good at
the
what I
entire
do.
cult.
I suppose,
so.
yeah.
They knew I would serve them well as a scout.
It's like, where else are we going to be
I'd
getting
taken
information
Adele
from at this
near
point in
Nichols
time?
Yeah, that's fair.
When I surfaced, they were waiting.
And
I
it's not
laughed
like
when I saw
it's
the
not like they're
priest.
a very
But then he
secretive
showed me
cult
his
either.
Encouragement.
But they
He
probably
laughed
would
after
be
that.
if
They
you
gave
tried
me
to ask him
focus
about it.
To watch my every move. I followed orders.
And there you go.
You had access to Meridian. Why didn't they get to Avad through you?
Too much dirt under my nails for an audience with the one true Sun King. But whatever Ursa or Aaron told me, the
This story is
Eclipse
moving
heard
remarkably
every
fast in a
word
certain
through my
sense.
focus.
I mean, like
That's
we've.
why I couldn't
Well, you got to
warn
remember that I
If
did sprint
tried,
through the
they
desert.
would
I
kill
understand,
my
but I
family.
mean that wasn't plot for the most part. I mean, you just went to Meridian,
The
you
Eclipse
just
were
met
sent to kill me
Eren,
because I
right?
look like another woman.
And
Older,
No
with
one.
twice
We
my
met
age,
Eren back in
short hair.
the proving
Who is
grounds.
she?
He was
No.
a dude
I
there
focused
that
on
came
her
with
image once in the
the
ruins of
Sun
Maker's
King.
End.
oh,
Maybe I'll
okay,
find her
okay.
there.
There-
Guy.
Okay,
Found
never
her
mind.
image in the ruins? How?
And he said this just like, hey, if you ever find yourself in Meridian, look me up.
Kind of ancient
Okay, that's
device
fair.
that contained the
And then we
woman's
did.
image.
I mean, but that's not like.
Location.
Oh, that is fair, but that is like that's not like really establishing. Like this is taking
I'm
place
the one
in
asking
like
questions.
over the course of a couple hours. I'm not complaining. I'm just
I've
it's
heard
just
enough.
Time to judge.
It's time to finish this.
Once again, I could have done a lot more side quests and everything,
But if there's any mercy,
but I didn't.
free my family. Please.
sorry.
Where would I find them?
And is he setting up the side quest here?
There are always guards there.
I'm not gonna fucking do it.
You
Just
Sorry, man. Your
no,
family's
you
dead.
don't tell him that and then don't do it.
All compassion run.
Many
Yeah.
good
You know what?
deeds to
I
make
will
the
save your
crimes you've
family.
committed.
You're sparing me?
I'm not going to save his family.
After all I've done?
Yes.
Look, let's make this clear right now. I'm not going to save his family.
Uh-huh.
He can go save his own family.
Uh-huh.
And I assume get
The
killed
rest
by the
of my
eclipse.
life
Whatever.
Yeah.
will be
Who
lived
cares?
in your debt.
Go to the place where your family is being held and wait for me.
Yeah, go for it,
I'll
dude.
make their lives the first ones you save.
I didn't earn this mercy, but I will die to make myself worthy of it.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Waiting for
Yeah, I'll be right behind you.